All right, welcome to the Culture Standard. Up to episode 3, here with co-hosts Chrissy Andres on Bo Vernon, where we're breaking down the best podcast books and people and taking the best ideas from them to impart wisdom on for ourselves and onto others. So we're not the experts, we've said that. We're just on a learning journey ourselves to grow as people, to hopefully become somewhat of the people we want to be. How are you, Chrissy?
Yeah, good mate. I'm excited for this one. We finally got a guest on today. First guest, and yeah, I'm excited to get into it and have a chat to him.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Last week you did the Irish accent. You copped much shit over that, or what?
No, only from my wife, I think, so far. But you reckon it was pretty good?
I was impressed. I actually went home and tried it, and I sound like a poo from is it a poo from Simpsons?
Indian.
Yeah. Far out. I was hopeless. I was hopeless. So my kids really enjoyed it. I was listening back in the car. Just wanted to get some feedback. The kids were frothing it. So happy days. I just want to bring up today. Had a bloke come to us and say, I said, "How you going, mate?" And he's like,
"How you going, mate?"
"How you going, mate?" He's like, "Yeah, all right. What is it? Oh, Thursday, yeah. Nah, getting there. And it was like waiting for the weekend. We're doing this podcast. We don't want to be fucking waiting for the weekend to live our lives. We want to be making the most of it during the week, just enjoying all the moments that we can.
Yeah, well, that's one of the points, isn't it? Is trying to enjoying the process and enjoying every day of your life, and not, living for 2 days of the week and having a shit time for 5. So
Yeah, bloody hell.
that's one of the key messages, I think, out of the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I watched the movie The Click with Adam Sandler.
I know about it.
I'm getting confused on days. It was a weekend, and had your daughter around actually staying over at my daughter's house and watching it. I'm bawling my eyes out. The dude's like fast forward bits of his life, and then it just keeps happening because he was fast forwarding the mundane stuff and the boring stuff, and ends up just working and not spending time with the kids. But anyway, enough about us. On to the main man. Bloody, I'm pumped. I love this bloke. I genuinely love him. Episode 3. Episode 3 for the best number 3 going around. Ryley Batt, how are you, my man?
Oh, I love that one. Hey, episode 3 for number 3, mate. I'm stoked to be here. I've listened to the first 2 episodes, and I'm honoured to be on this podcast with you lads. I think you guys are doing an awesome thing. So yeah, thanks for having me.
No, awesome, mate. I love how you give me credit for coming up with that when you just said it to me before. He's the one that gave it to me.
Got to give you some credit, mate.
Oh, buddy, I'll take it, though. I'll take it. Awesome.
I feel a little out of place. There's 2 Olympic medalists right here in front of me, and then there's just me. I think the only thing I got in common is Riley's copied my haircut.
Yeah. You're outnumbered here, mate.
What do you reckon, bro?
Jeez.
You going to do it?
I'm just the only one that's not courageous enough to give it a crack. I've been overdue.
I love how we're all just wearing caps at the moment. Just like giving up on our hairlines and just wearing a cap. No suns in here.
I actually asked the missus before coming, or cap or no cap, and she's like, "Fuck, make sure you have the cap on."
Good job, Liz. I agree with you, Liz.
That's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. No. Anyway, Ryles, mate, I don't want to introduce you. This podcast is around. First of all, I'm out of my wheelchair here, and I'm a fair chance to fall over somewhere when my core muscle's not working. So apologies if that happens.
That's a highlight reel.
Might be a good laugh. But yeah, I'm reluctant to introduce you for all your achievements because Chris and I are very, very big on it's not what you do, it's who you are. And for me, mate, you're just a really quality human being. It was very easy. As someone I know, a mate of mine, to ask you first up to be our first guest, come on, because I just love you as a bloke. You're so caring and compassionate for others. You come across as this brute of a bloke, but deep down you're a real sensitive soul, and you're just a human being that's down to earth, and you've always made me feel good. You got a smile that lights up the room, mate. I met you I probably met you a few years back now, but really come into each other's life about 3.5 years ago. Both of us moved to the Sunshine Coast. I started playing wheelchair rugby And obviously, for the guests that don't know, Ryley is no word like that. The word goat gets bandied around with absolutely everything these days for people that aren't even the best right now.
Just quickly, I did a bit of research into Ryley today, and I just grabbed one bit of A4 paper and I had to go get a couple more just for the achievements.
Yeah.
There was a few there, mate. And can I just second as well what you said about him lighting up a room? I haven't met you before, Ryley, until tonight. I've heard great things from Bo, but straight away I feel like I'm a really good judge of character. I pride myself on that, actually, on judging people first up. And mate, you did.
Don't know why you mates with me.
Big smile. You did light up the room. Being around you already, I'm just love the vibe, the energy. So, mate, it's a great first impression, just not even knowing you. So,
geez, lads, I tell you what, it's hard to take all this positive feedback. All right, I know it's good to give positivity, but it might be a little bit too much. Give me something like bad or something here. I'm not going to be able to get my head out this door.
We started with the hairline. We've got to try and backtrack a bit.
I know you'd be sitting there, but struggling with that. But yeah, no word of a lie, greatest player of all time in wheelchair rugby, not just Australia, in the history of the game. Far out, Bo. Do your research.
53-ish, I don't know.
353 games for Australia. Played since 2003, where you made your debut at 13 years of age.
Yeah.
And then just gone on to drive Australia to be the most successful wheelchair rugby team going round, and you've won 2 Paralympic gold medals. A silver medal, a bronze medal. Yep, me too.
With you, mate.
Yeah. Two world champs. You won a World Cup, among a number of other things. Most valuable player. Way too many times to count. And on the court, mate, obviously fantastic. But what we love really is you as a human, mate. So
I appreciate that.
I think there's 2002 world champs. 231 tries.
Yeah.
231.
2012.
No, 231 times it went over the line in that tournament.
Yeah. That was. It's funny how they keep those
unreal.
stats. It's funny how they keep all those stats.
Yeah.
But,
I think I got about 2 at the Paralympics.
231 in one I couldn't believe
one
it.
cracker, didn't we?
Yeah.
I remember one cracker. We're going to have to bring up that highlight.
That's gonna come up right now on the podcast, so I can be pulling face at the camera right now. Right now, it's going to be showing Ryley right on the half time of the bronze medal match at Paris in the Paralympics, bunting this ball full court. Me, really disabled bloke, just like munging it on the line and just catching it, going over, and man, we went into half time equal, eh?
I think so. It was actually a game changer, that part of the game, and it's funny. Like, we practiced that for months, and I kept saying to you for months out, like, Bo hadn't been to a Paralympics before, and I kept saying, like, I just feel something like this is going to have to pay off. Like, let's keep practicing it, and Bo sort of almost like, okay, we've practiced it enough. I'm like, let's just keep practicing, and then I remember, what was it, 2 or 3 seconds ago before half?
I knew exactly what I was doing.
And I just knew he was up there, and I just did a bit of a Hail Mary. It might have been a little bit of luck in this bunt pass, just a little bit, right?
A little bit.
But straight to Bo, and he scored, and the whole crowd got up and about, and momentum shifted from there, eh?
Definitely. It was
It's
great,
awesome.
Great
or you, Bo, not me, all right? So you've said enough about me, so I'm trying
That's
to
it.
cut
Like,
you
you get over the try line and everyone gets around you, but that bunt pass, just like, if it's not perfect, we don't score. But I'll claim it. I don't get to claim much as a low pointer. So, mate, that was a great moment to have. But tell us a bit about yourself, Ryle. Do you want to maybe go back to your upbringing a little bit, and where you're from and what
Absolutely,
you're about?
mate. Absolutely, love to. So for anyone who hasn't seen me, doesn't know much about me, born and bred in Port Macquarie, coastal town in New South Wales, and born with a limb deficiency. So a limb deficiency is like a type of deformity. We have no idea why I was born with a deficiency. I think I have so much credit for my parents and my grandparents in life, because when Mum got the ultrasounds when I was in Mum's tummy, they all said I was a perfectly healthy baby boy. But when I entered the world, it was obviously a massive shock for them, because I was born missing legs and missing a few fingers on each hand. And straight off the bat, right now sitting here is 37 next month. If I had a kid enter the world and thought it was perfectly healthy and is born, missing limbs, it would be a huge shock and it'd be really hard to overcome, especially, in the late 80s. So I give them so much credit just for adapting straight off and just accepting me for who I am. And, so I always have to start my story with that. But,
awesome, mate.
look, I won't go too much in my story, but like childhood years were great. Had some great friends, great family around me. I just thought I was a normal kid, didn't really see the disability. My pop and my dad were sort of my pushers in my life, where they forced me to push myself outside my comfort zone and just to challenge myself a lot more, where I had my mum and my nan who are like my nurturers. And I feel like I had a really good balance there of I guess, parents and grandparents who are looking after me. And it's fun. I like to tell this one story before you go on here, Bo. I think, like, my dad, like, I look back at this time and I think, geez, this has been tough to do, but I'll give him credit for this. I used to love going for swims at the beach in Port Macquarie. Like, I used to love going for a swim in the afternoon at the beach. And I remember it was a hot summer day. Dad just finished work. He was a builder. We got out of his ute and he'd put me on his back out of the ute. Obviously, I couldn't jump crawl on the bitumen. It was, red hot. And he'd usually put me on his back. I weighed nothing. I was a feather pretty much back when I was 4 years old. And I remember this one day, he didn't take me down to the water for me to go for a swim. He put me right at the end of the beach track, right in the soft sand. And it was low tide this day. And I looked out and it just looked like eternity to get down to the water.
Made you walk?
Yeah.
Or crawl?
Well, not walk, but crawl. He put me in this soft sand and said, all right, go for a swim. And as you do when you're 3 or 4 years old, you chuck the world's biggest hissy fit because you're not getting your own way, right? I give my dad so much bloody credit because he shuffled me along that hot, soft sand. Meanwhile, there's parents and families on that beach in this beautiful afternoon looking at him going, you absolute arsehole of a father. Like, pick your poor disabled son up. He just wants to go for a swim. But he was teaching me a lesson that, I could achieve this. And if I wanted to do something, I had to do it for myself. And here I was, crawled down the beach, went for a swim with him for a few hours or an hour and he made me crawl back up the beach looking like a crumb cutlet and jump back in the sand and back in the ute. And I just think, like, looking back, it's just an awesome story. Like,
I love that, mate. Love that. And it sort of aligns with, we want to be protectors for people around us, and you would forgive your parents if they mollycoddled you, or just just
Too much protection.
Too much protection. But in the world, we need to build the tools into the people around us to be able to deal with situations themselves rather than do everything for them. And it's a great one, mate. I love that.
That's key. I think we've said it before. I think
Neil Dano was
online we underprotect, and in the real world we overprotect our kids nowadays.
Like, I think there's a happy balance, right? Like, you don't want to push them too far because it could ruin their confidence and stress them out too much. But I think he knew who I was and what I've been through. Obviously, in the first few years, I've been through surgeries in those first few years, hand surgeries and skin grafts, and I've been through a lot already. And I think crawling around everywhere and doing all that, I was tougher than I realised, and I think he could see that in me. So as much as he was trying to teach me a lesson, he knew the boundaries there.
That's a great story.
I look at that and I'm really appreciative. As much as I would love to call him an arsehole at that time. One of those parents on the beach, but
it's actually hard to do as a parent, though, to do that to your kids.
Oh yeah,
I feel like,
especially when people are watching, right?
And sometimes I do not that, but similar things that I feel like people on the outside are looking at me going, "What a prick!" But it's hard for me to do it to them. But I'm like, "This is good for them. This is like
doing it for a reason.
Yeah,
not doing it just to be a prick or
an
arsehole,
that's
right? It's a reason.
I watched a video today. It was you on a motorbike, and it come up 1991.
Yeah, right.
And I think it was on your pop's motorbike.
Yeah, 2.
So you turned 2 in May in 91. I think it even had like early months.
Probably earlier.
And you're on the front of the motorbike with your pop, and then when you're 3-4 years of age, got the quad bike. Your pop bought you that.
Yeah, so
and then you're going over jumps and that. It's like
it was pretty funny. Like brought up in Port Macquarie, but we have a family farm down the Hawkes River in Sydney. So for me, like, farm life is just what I absolutely love, and I've just got so many good memories of going down to this family farm, driving down there in the car and seeing my pop and my nan. And I remember, so I used to jump on Pop's motorbike, and I think he got over me just going poppy, take me for a ride on the motorbike, like just all day, every day. We know like kids are like, they're relentless, right? And he did it a lot, but I think he just got sick of just taking me on the handlebars around the property, like non-stop all day. Yeah. He had to actually do stuff on the farm, right? So I remember him, I think I was 3.5 years old, and I remember him ringing up our house, and he got my parents to put the phone onto me, and he said, "Don't tell your parents yet, but I've bought you a quad bike." And I'm like, as a kid, and he sent me the brochure of this quad bike, and he made mum and dad read it to me every night. I knew everything about this quad bike, and I remember I was that excited to go down to the farm the next time. He had it sitting there out the front. I don't even think I gave him a cuddle or a kiss. When I hadn't seen him for a few weeks, I got just jumped, leaped out of the car, straight on that bike, and just frothing just to get on this bike. And I don't think people realise how much that meant to me, because at that 3 or 4 years of age, you're watching your friends jump on bikes, or whether they got training wheels or no training wheels. You're watching them ride bikes and having the time of their life. They're on skateboards, they're on scooters, they're running around. I couldn't keep up with them, and I wanted to, and I just didn't. I felt normal, but I didn't. There was a bit of a split there, and I'll go into my life later on about some more splits there. But I remember jumping on that quad bike, and it was just the first time in my life I felt like just normalised. I could ride a motorbike with my cousins and my sister and my family, and or a quad bike, and they couldn't get me off it for 3 days. I wet my pants on this motorbike. I'd come in with just wet tracksuit pants, and I'd drive past what we called the shack and ask mum for a Vegemite sandwich, the crust cut off, and have it hanging out my mouth while I'm flying around the paddock.
You went into a few quad competitions, didn't you, as the years progress? You do a bit?
Yeah, I still got a racing quad. I think you've seen it. I haven't been able to convince you to get on it yet, but
you got me on the quad bike.
I heard a story. Bo told me.
I got him on a quad, but not my real fast one yet. All right, I don't want to kill him.
That story, just before the Paralympics, it wasn't long before. I'm at Ryley's, we had dinner and messing around a bit, and it got to maybe 9 o'clock or something.
It was dark, wasn't it?
It was dark, and you're like, let's go on the quaddie.
He wasn't drunk, all right? It wasn't like 9 o'clock, drunk, get on it. We're still sober.
So I was like, bugger it. So jump on. Ryley's, I've got no core muscles. I'm pretty average. I can't hold myself up and stuff like that.
You put some trust in me. I'll give you that.
Here I am on the quad bike going up and down these big hills. Ryley's got me in a headlock, must have been left arm. And then throttling with his arm. He's there, you go, 2-3 fingers on each arm.
And I was sitting side saddle off it so he could sit on the seat. So I'm like hanging off, gripping him. I was just proud of you for doing that, mate, and pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. We're talking about me getting outside it.
I was shitting myself.
But yeah, to answer your question, I've always loved competition, right? Love just pushing myself. I love adrenaline, something fast paced. And for me,
adrenaline junkie.
I am adrenaline junkie. Oh man, I do too much. We could be here for hours talking about what I do, but
you ever jumped out of an airplane?
No, I won't do that. See?
Oh,
no, I can't do that.
I'm a bit fearful of it too,
because I feel like on a motorbike, a quad bike, I'm racing. I'm in control. I'm not a control freak, all right, but I'm in control. I can adjust the brakes. I can adjust the clutch, the gears, the throttle, right? Jumping out of a plane, I've got no say. I think would you have to do a course, learn how to pack the parachute yourself? I think I would have to do that.
Just to know it's done properly. Done right.
Do it on your own.
I don't know if I back myself in. I'd rather them do it.
Yeah, YouTube clip. Just watch a YouTube clip. You'd have it down in no time.
Yeah, well, funny we bring that up. I'm wanting to step out of my comfort zone more this year, and I'll be crapping myself, but I'm gonna jump out of an aeroplane. I'm hoping
with the parachute.
With a parachute, and hopefully another person pulling the string for me. But I'm going to be doing that, and you going to do it? This year, 2026, jumping out of an airplane, never done it.
Put him on the spot, why don't you,
mate? I will.
You going to do it? Yeah. I'm giving it to the audience, with no backing down now.
I've got no choice.
What about Rolls?
I reckon they need a comment.
What about Rolls? I'll do it if Ryley does it. I'll do it if Ryley does it.
If you get enough comments on this podcast, all right, I'll think about it. I'd consider it. Look, I think I'm a person. Once the parachute goes, I would be like, that was bloody awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think going from that plane to the parachute.
Same as me. I'll be shitting myself. I'll be like, just pull the fucking chute.
But I want to be able to enjoy it too, right? Yeah. So
Someone brought up to me today as well. It's just a coincidence. I don't know the lady's name. I don't know anything about it. But she labelled it the lady that fell from the sky, and her parachute didn't open.
Yeah,
And she
just got her book on that.
survived it. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be reading that then.
Yeah, no, I won't be reading that anytime soon.
Yeah, you shouldn't have brought that up.
Yeah, no, but just anyway. So yeah, what about mate? This podcast is not disability related at all, but just wondered, like, you know, growing up with that as a teenager, you know, how you went with your self-worth and confidence as a person and stuff. I think, you know, it's, with a disability, it's a bit more in your face, but I think a lot of people have different things that they don't like about themselves and struggle with. Yeah, just wanted to know how you went with that.
Yeah,
growing up.
That's a cracking one, Bo, and I think that's where I was sort of going to go next with my story. Is like obviously talking about my pop and, you know, my dad there, and sort of those life lessons. And then I went through, you know, just fast tracking here, going through life at school. Like, everyone thought I was going to get bullied, didn't get bullied. Had a really good group of mates there. But I think it was a time when I was probably about 6 or 7 that I started to realise I was different. And Mum tells me that she came into my bedroom on I think it was my 7th birthday, and I was bawling my eyes out under the doona and threw the doonas off. And she goes, "What's the matter, Oz?" And I threw the doonas off, and she goes, I wish for legs for my birthday, but I just didn't get them. So I think that was a time in life where I was starting to go, I don't like this version of Ryley. Why am I different? I was starting to realise it. At the time, I was using a skateboard to get around. That was my mode of transport. My parents tried to get me in a wheelchair probably around 8 or 9 years old. And my vision of a wheelchair was defeat. It was thinking of someone sick in hospital, you know, or someone old. That's the vision I had, because I didn't get to see many people in wheelchairs in everyday life. And I didn't get to see people like you, Bo, for instance, in a chair who've got a good, you know, positive outlook in life. And I just saw people sad about life. And I'm like, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. That's defeat. That's my kryptonite. So I said to him, you can get me a wheelchair, but I'm not going to use it, because wheelchairs are for disabled people. So I stayed on that skateboard. And then I remember going to high school, grade 7. I don't know about you boys, but high school for me was quite scary to go to high school. Like, for me, in Port Macquarie, I went to a Catholic school, but there was all these Catholic schools, primary schools went into one big Catholic high school. So it was all these people I didn't know. I was fine with the people in my primary school. They knew me and they accepted me for who I am.
Yeah, that would be scary.
Right?
It's scary for anyone, but let alone, like, far out, your limb deficiency's a lot different to what other people have experienced before.
And I think it's obviously a time you're worried about girlfriends, boyfriends, friends in general, and your whole self-image, right? Every teenager has a self-image issue. We all, you know, can have some demons going on there, and I definitely had them going on, because, you know, I'm rocking up to school on a skateboard with, let's say, 900 people in this school. Like, what's going to happen here? Like, I'm freaking out. And I remember saying to my parents the first couple of days, I'm not going to school. I'm just not doing it. And I was a stubborn little bugger. And then they eventually got all my mates to come with me to school in the car. And that sort of pushed me over the line, rocking up to school with my mates, with them around me. You know, mates to these guys to this day. And they just got behind me and got in there, and I had to swallow it. And this is who I am. But yeah, going through my teenage years, there was definitely some dark times, and I didn't like who I was. And I think when I found the sport, what I play now with you, obviously, a wheelchair rugby, I think that was a tool that started to bring me out of, I guess, that self-image hate, and being in that sort of shell of a human. Like, you know, sitting here right now, I'll tell you guys that I am super proud of the person I am. If there's some way that I could grow legs or be a able-bodied person, I wouldn't take it, because the life I've lived is unique, but I've learnt a lot from that life, and I feel like everyone else out there is just sheep. You all do the same thing walking around, and I'm happy to be, you know, that black sheep and just someone different, you know. And it's
incredible.
I'm unique.
It's an inspiration to hear that. A lot of people, you would have obviously went through that dark period. I reckon you would have definitely wanted to be an able person then, but now to come out the other side like that and say you wouldn't change it, I think that's awesome, and it's an inspiration to hear that. I think for a lot of people as well, to to actually have that, for you to have that perspective, I think a lot of people can look at that and see that how they're going in their life and be like, what do you got to complain about when it's such, so minuscule, but compared to something like that?
Exactly. I think a lot of people don't see that kind of stuff with a lot of people, right? Like, and they saw me as a teenager having the best time and happy, but they didn't see that dark side of Ryley, who was, Sunday afternoon, his friends are all gone home and he's sort of curled up, feeling sorry for himself. And why am I like this? And I just felt, as much as my friends made me feel always included, it's just, you just couldn't compete like at school in the Oval, you couldn't compete in soccer or footy or cricket or whatever. And it was hard. I'm a competitor, right? Like my dad was a elite sportsman, so competitive in everything. Like even I think it was a couple of months ago, he came to my house up here on the sunny coast and we played chess of all things. He's 71 years old and holy crap, it was the most intense 3 games of chess I've ever played.
How long did you go for?
My partner Hannah was watching us just going, I don't like watching you guys play chess. Like it went for a long time and the moves were that strategic and I've never thought so hard in my life. But I beat him 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah, 3-0. So anyway, that's how competitive we are.
We're going away this week. I might bring a chessboard with us.
Mate, I'm not very good at chess, all right? I think, all right. But all right, we're on. All right, we'll have a game.
Let's have one.
We'll get back. You can get back to on the next podcast how we went. But
if Bo wins, you come skydiving.
Oh, yes.
Jeez, I didn't come on here for this, all right? I'll consider it, all right? I'll consider it. Jesus. And me, Bo, if I consider something, I'll probably work my way around it. But yeah, sorry, just going on. It was some dark times there. And to be honest, I didn't come out of these dark times until I played 2 seasons in America. And I played for San Diego Sharp Edge.
What age were you then?
Sorry?
What age?
I was 18, 19.
Yeah.
For the first, then 19, 20 for the next one. And I remember second year I lived with this beautiful couple, younger couple, didn't have kids. They were just really close. I loved just how together they were and just how much they embraced everyone around them. And they took me on like I was their kid. I played on I think it was Central California. I was at their house there, but playing for San Diego. And I remember they were on a bit of a health kick at the time. And they sort of got me on a bit of a health kick. I was a bigger fella. I was 35 kilos heavier than I am today. And I think that was a big factor of me feeling embarrassed for myself. I was in a wheelchair, looking a bit like a beach ball. I just didn't have any self-confidence. I'm meant to be playing for Australia here, but the self-image I'm seeing isn't looking like an athlete. I was getting by. I think the sport then wasn't as professional as it is now, and I got by on sort of natural talent, and I knew I wasn't putting in the effort that I should have been. So I feel like staying at their house and sort of starting to cut that weight and getting confidence and seeing that weight come down and feeling good about myself. And just when I felt good about myself, I was happy to be in a gym and I was happy to be doing work in a gym because I knew I was bettering myself and I knew I was getting results. And it's kept going like that. And I felt like once I dropped that weight, I just came out of my shell and I was proud of who I was and I accepted who I was because I'm like, hey, I've done the hard work here. It was bloody hard. For someone, I guess I'm not making this an excuse, but someone with no legs, it's very hard to get your metabolism up and your energy needs. It's very hard because I'm not walking around every day.
I was going to ask that. I was going to say it would have been bloody hard to lose 35 kilos.
Well, your legs, right? They're the biggest muscles in your body, and to walk around, you're using so much more energy than someone in a wheelchair who pushes and might get 3 of your steps. So I had to put in the effort. I had to be really strict with my food, and I really dedicated myself. And once I came out the other side, I was super, super proud of myself and
awesome, mate.
Started to love myself. And, that's what it's all about, right? Loving yourself and feeling comfortable with who you are because this is what you were given and this is what you've got and you've got to love it for life.
Just being kind to yourself.
I'm so big on building deposits. So you just you might be in a bad place, but you just do one thing for yourself and you get a little bit better. Then another thing, you get a little bit better, and then you build that confidence more and more and more and more. It sounds like in terms of your high performance mentality, it's shifted to that 18 to 20 year age. When you were there, you won a silver at the Beijing in 2008, and watching the footage, you're way overweight, unfit. Now you're a very high performance athlete, and it sounds like that was a time that changed
absolutely
for you. And I just think a tablet to be happy. Someone said, if I give you this tablet and you're gonna be happy, a lot of people will take it. Exercise is that thing. Like doing exercise is so important.
It is.
Like back then, you would have, you weren't happy with who you were to get to where you are now. Though you had to go through that hard work to be happy with yourself. So there's no shortcut to it, and that's like the point to it that we say. That doing what's hard and your life will be easy. Do what's easy, your life is hard. You could have sat there and kept feeling sorry for yourself, eating the shit food, not exercising, and your life's hard. And I think it's a great message I like.
The quote man,
here
he is.
I like it.
It's just not easy.
So good.
We expect it to be easy, but it's just not easy. You've got to do the hard stuff to get the reward.
To make it easier.
You do. And like you're talking about rewards before and sort of feeling better about yourself. You're just saying that, Bo, as well, is like one thing I've learned, even more recently, I'd say, and I didn't realise I probably did this, but we all talk about goal setting and how important goal setting is. And I do believe, it's so cliche, but it is so important, goal setting. But I think some people aim way too far in the future for goal setting or too bigger goals. And yeah, you need to have those goals, but I feel like you need to have those little goals on the way. But when you achieve those goals, be bloody stoked with them. Like actually celebrate them and give yourself some positivity about that. Don't just tick it off. Like,
something you've had to work on over the years.
Mate, like sport and life. I have ups and downs. Like I've had some downs at the start of this year, and more than happy to chat about them. Yep. There's always ups and downs in life. It's not just always upright. It's like there's stock market, it's peaks and troughs. And I think if you can try to hang on to those little goals and be happy about them and positive about them and celebrate them, well, then you're going to have
How do you go about? Because I struggle big time with. Getting in the moment when I've achieved something and sit there and enjoy it and be kind to myself. I just move on to the next thing, go, rightio, bang, let's go again. And I really struggle with it. So how do you go about actually celebrating, appreciating and sort of being in the moment?
This is why I'm still playing wheelchair rugby to this day. Like I've got nothing else to prove in this sport. Like I've achieved everything I personally want to, but I'm almost doing it for other people now. And I love that, right? I'm doing it for myself as well. I am. But I love to see happiness in other people and I want to see success out of other people. I don't know. For me, it's you just got to be kind with yourself, and you just as I keep saying, you got to celebrate this stuff because you need to. Do you
reckon when it's more
celebrate
about
yourself in life?
More about other people than yourself. Like there's other people involved. Sort of. I feel like later on because I'm playing footy and stuff like that. Later on when I got older...
Gun footy player.
Yeah.
That's what he told me.
Listen to episode 1, mate.
Nah. 5 time. You go 5 time or 6. I might even be selling you short.
No, I don't even count them, mate.
You don't have it. How many actually won? You got to know.
No.
Senior BNF, semi-league BNFs you won?
A few.
How many?
Don't embarrass the fellow, though.
It's not about talking about it. I'm only as good as the people around me, mate. I'm a reflection of the people.
Celebrate it, mate. He just told you to celebrate it and you're sitting there.
No, what I was trying to say was, later on in my career, I realised that I started probably enjoying it more because I was trying to make other people better around me, and I wanted clubs to get success. I wanted to share it with other people. It wasn't just about me, and I feel like younger days it was about me. I was always,
for sure.
It was definitely about me. I was like, I wanted to win this, I wanted to win that, I wanted to get the praise, and I think that's where my competitiveness came from, just growing up, and might have been a similar thing to you, maybe trying to prove yourself or prove your worth. And I don't know if that's is that where your competitiveness come from? Because I've seen the videos of you on the court. You're definitely one of the most competitive I've seen in sport.
Oh, bloody oath. I just want to reiterate that you are one of the most competitive athletes I've seen. Yeah, where does that sort of stem from? Do you think that stems from having a disability growing up and feeling your self-worth like not as good, and you're just like the way of proving people like far out, I don't give a shit if I got limb deficiency or this or that look what I can do.
I just love to prove people wrong. That's one of the biggest things I want to do. And that's not just for myself, that's just for the whole community that I'm sort of trying to represent, right? Is like, if you say to me, I can't do something, I'll be like, well, watch me then.
You want to be doubted, don't you?
So we own a bit of a cattle farm inland in the hinterland of the sunny coast. We've got a farm hand who lives diagonal across our farm. Older bloke who's, he's, I shouldn't say older bloke, but mid-60s, early 60s, country bloke, Was a doctor for 30 odd years, but just the most authentic bloke you have ever met. Bo's met him, just crack a bloke.
legend.
And I think
Brett.
he's learnt how to handle me right now. We're doing something on the farm, whether it be fencing, mustering cattle, climbing a tree to cut something down, whatever it be. He goes to me, you can't do that, Ryley. And he's worked me out so well because he knows. He knows. Don't you start doing it, Bo.
You can't clean my house.
I'll give him.
You can't jump out of a plane.
I'll give him positive feedback on the court. He doesn't. You get stuffed, and you got to give him negative stuff. He reckons.
Yeah, I'm a little bit weird. We'll get into that, but I'm a little bit weird like that. But yeah, he says, you can't do that, Ryley, and I just have to prove him wrong.
No way you're going to jump out of a plane.
Yeah, no, I don't reckon.
Yeah, it's not the scene for it, right, Bowie? But yeah, it's just I want to prove people wrong in my everyday life. What I can do, like if people saw me racing quad bikes or water skiing or jet skiing or doing stuff on a daily basis, they probably go, "Holy crap!" But that's just what I do. I like to push myself outside the comfort zone. In sport, it's just I want to win. Like I'm not here to half-ass this. I want to play to my absolute potential. Like. It's either full systems go or not playing. It's either two. There's only two speeds really for me.
Even with my kids, I feel I get annoyed a little bit inside if they beat me at something. It's like programmed in me. It's not a good. Sometimes I think it's not good now that I'm older because I even play like pickleball at work and stuff, and we play doubles a lot, and then I'll let the other team get close, and then I'll start trying as hard as I can, but I'll be filthy if I lose.
You haven't lost one, have you?
Oh, here and there, but we play doubles. I'll never lose a singles game.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
Oh, that's classic.
But yeah, it's a weird thing. I think you either have that or you don't.
You should see what Riley's known for on-court stuff a lot of the time, but Eddie's farm, the stuff he does there, he's unreal. I love it. He's always in a digger out there doing something, pulling stuff down, and
but that's
I go down there a bit. The serenity out there is unreal.
That's probably all come from my pop as well. Like stuff he instilled in me like back in the day at the farm. Like I think I was like 3.5 years old, and I remember being in the tinny, like a small boat, the tinny, with him, and he wanted to take me for a kneeboard, and I'm in the tinny with him, and I didn't really want to do it. And I remember him he had a life jacket on me, one of these ones with the big like neck floaty and stuff, and he just like tossed me in the water. Like, who knows if, probably be very frowned upon these days.
No, not allowed to do that now.
I was going to say, imagine watching someone do that. Yeah, but in all good things.
Can't bloody do anything these days.
He knew I loved the kneeboard because I'd lay on the kneeboard and he would have to pull me along the shoreline like with a rope. He'd just run along the shoreline of sand there and on the water there, and he'd pull me along and I'd love it. So he knew I loved it, and he's thrown me out the back of the boat with a kneeboard and
good man.
Got me to get on it, and I hung onto the rope, and I'm going kneeboard behind a boat at 3.5 years old, and then eventually got me from laying to getting up. I can't get up on my knees, but on my butt, and kneeboarding, and I still do it to this day. And I just think there's so many lessons he taught me there just to push myself, and I think it's amazing how much the body can adapt. Like,
bloody oath.
I haven't got much, Bo. You've obviously had stuff paralysed. I'm born with what I have, so my body's learnt how to adapt with it for life, and so many people go to me, "Oh, Riles, it must have been so tough," but like, this isn't a pump up Bo show or whatever here, but to have something like Bo taken away from you at 16 years of age, running 23, sorry, you're running around a footy field, and then that taken away from you, that's a challenge right there, and you could adapt to your body, in a short amount of time. So I give people like Bo so much credit there. But what I'm trying to get out here is the body can adapt to anything, and there's a way around anything. And for me, my way around anything, it might just require a little bit more brain processing or just a bit more adaptive or creativity. And I always say to people, I'm not creative at all, but I am creative in ways because I learned how to do stuff for myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
While we're on that point, I'm way more impressed. Like I mentioned to Bo, I didn't realise how capable he was. Like when last year we got back around each other. But I've mentioned pushing him up hills and stuff like that. He doesn't want the help. He'll do it himself. And just getting in and out of his car and everything like that. Seeing how capable you are. The Paralympics impressed me way more than the normal Olympics. I just look at the normal Olympics because can look at them and go, if I worked hard enough for that, I feel like I could do that, I could do that. But you guys, how you've had to adapt and the stuff that you guys can do, not being as able is so much, way more inspiring and impressive, and I feel like it needs to be way more like out there. Like the Paralympics is still so, you just don't hear much about it compared to the Olympics. So
I think a lot of people can, like, it's actually really amazing, like seeing the numbers, the TV numbers, like people who viewed the Olympics and the Paralympics. The Paralympics get some pretty bloody good viewership.
You're getting up there now.
Yeah, especially like in COVID, like their numbers were very similar to the Olympics. It was pretty amazing, and I'm not there. I don't want any sympathy, right? Or I don't want someone to go like, you're an inspiration. Like, yeah, you can think that, and that's awesome. But I think what I want to do is teach everyone that how we can adapt and how we can push ourselves.
It's empathy. It's empathy over sympathy. Like, that's my thing. Try to put yourself in someone's shoes. Like, put yourself in Ryley's shoes or his parents' shoes, as born with a kid like that, and go, how can we help them? Not, they're an inspiration because they've got a disability, or I feel sorry for them. It's around, what can we do to support people to live their best lives?
But we can also adapt that in life too. Get the disability side out of things. Tell people with anything going on in their life, whether it be negative stuff or mental health issues, it's adapting all that stuff we've learned to everyone. Because at the end of the day, we've all got stuff going on in our heads. We've all got different things going on, and it's trying to help each other. And I think it's a very good tool to make this world a better place.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely. I think that if we can ever get to the point where being generous or kind to someone is normal and they don't look at you weird, like, that'd be a great place.
What did you do the other day? Put $20 behind the counter?
Just general things, even when you're like...
You put $20 behind the counter, and then the next person that come up.
Yeah, and the old lady came up and got something. She was stoked, and I was sort of waiting for my other bit of order, so I got to see her get that.
I love that.
And I obviously didn't want to be known that it was me, and they didn't say anything, which was good, but just seeing how wrapped she was, and I was like, that's so good. But the lady behind the counter kept being like, oh, you sure? That's a bit, like, she thought it was strange, and I was like, yeah, it's just, it's just $20. I just want the next person to be able to... And I'm just like, why can't we be in a point where we are doing that more often, helping each other, looking out for each other, rather than being rushing around and being rude to each other as the normal though?
Yeah, well, definitely.
It's funny you're saying that. The guy I lived with in America, I was telling you about before, where I lost all my weight and they sort of took me under their wing and supported me. He used to work 3 days a week, drive like 2 hours north, I think, and leave at like 4 a.m. Every day he went to work, he would go to Starbucks and get himself a coffee, but he'd always pay for the car behind's coffee. Yeah, so awesome. 3 days a week. Good. And like at the time, I'm 18, 19, like, I'm at that vibe where I'm like, why do you do that for? Like, you think, oh, that's nice, but you don't really think about it. And you just bringing that up, like, just made me think about that just now and going, that's incredible. That's so good. That's such a... I wanted to do that now. Like, you've just got me wanting to do that as well. That's unreal.
It's a simple thing, but it's funny how...
Makes their day.
I'm nearly standing up, getting out of here, buddy. Go do something good for someone.
Just doing something kind, though, makes you feel good. And that's that quote of... Who says that quote? That the most selfish thing you can do in this world is be kind or help someone else because of the feeling you get from it.
Because you feel so
good.
You
know how Bo can help us? He can pay for us jumping out of the plane if we do it.
Yeah, you pay for it, we'll do it.
All right. Done. Locked in.
He's got vouchers.
He's got vouchers. Shake on it. Matt McConaughey, shake. Yes.
I can't reach up. I'll consider it. Don't you worry.
Let's change the pace a bit, though.
I'm already nervous thinking about it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mate, I watched this hit today at training camp in Australia 16 years ago. Was that Benny Newton, the Queensland coach, you put on his ass, or was that someone else?
Yeah, so I think I know what you're talking about. There's a clip on YouTube, very short one. And
I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, Benny, so there's a guy called Benny, right? Who
Not because it was Benny, by the way, if you're listening, Benny. Buddy, love you. Queensland coach, great bloke.
Yeah, he's now the Queensland coach. Yeah, fantastic guy. Just doing good things for the sport. And it's quite hard because, I've got so much respect for the guy as a coach, and obviously did playing as well, but it was one of his first training sessions. He would have been, I think he's younger than me, 1 or 2 years younger than me, and he was fresh into sport, wasn't set up in his chair properly, doesn't have core muscles like you, Bo, and I absolutely came off the bloody back fence pretty much.
What do you core muscle about? I don't have any core muscles.
Doesn't have core muscles, I said. And I came up the back fence, lined him up, he had the ball and just took him out, and he was as white as a ghost after that one. And
we're going to play that one on the clip. It's a good one. Is that the best hit?
No, there's probably more out there. I just think that one was put on YouTube and everyone sees it. But I'd like to show that to people when they want to know about wheelchair rugby. I'm like, here you go.
Enjoy watching that one.
It's a bit
culture standard listeners.
It's a bit weird for people to watch wheelchair rugby if you haven't seen it. Because they're like at the end of the day, it's score more points than the other team and bash into as many people in wheelchairs as you can. And people sort of cringe at that because, it's not really acceptable in society to knock people out of wheelchairs.
Notable.
But, that's why we're playing the sport. Like, if I get knocked out 20 times a game, unreal. I've had as long as we win, I've had a good game.
You're not the most liked player by opposition teams.
Were you? Were you guys?
Everyone loved me.
No, your opposition didn't like you, mate.
What?
Speaking to someone the
If
other
you're a
day,
good
who was it?
player-
They said on the field they fucking couldn't stand you.
Well,
If you're a good player,
it's 'cause he used to
what
beat
other
them
player
up.
likes you? If you're
You're pinching them.
Adrian Hickmott, shout out.
if you
Our,
guys,
our coach used to get us to pinch the
Back here.
opposition under the packs.
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like
right.
that.
Yeah, I like that. I might have to try that. We're gonna play in Adelaide next week, aren't we, bud? I might try to sneak one of them out, maybe to you.
Yeah. Did you get it in USA after 2014 World Champs? You remember that?
Yeah.
What happened? Something happened after the event finished, or?
Jeez. Yeah, you made me think about it. I'm like, what happened? So we won World Champs, so we're obviously celebrating accordingly.
Yeah.
A few beverages, and it was just a bit of a banquet. Every team comes to the banquet, and we're all having some fun. I think there's a couple of USA players probably drank a bit of their sorrows away because we just, beat them.
Yeah.
I think they got knocked out in the semi-final for us. I think so.
Okay.
Anyway, they were a bit upset, and they were trying to start me and razz me up and whatnot. And I remember one guy tried to come up behind and throw me out of my chair, and I don't know, my first reaction, I had a beer, is just went funk, and just a whole beer on his face, and I think
The whole team went after that.
yeah, I think the whole team was pretty upset at me, and I didn't really mean to do it. With these crappy hands, lucky the glass didn't come out and bloody go straight into his face. But I don't know why I did that.
At 14 years of age, did you jump on a wrong flight and the team thought they had lost
Listen to
you?
you. I know
That
exactly who this bloke's been talking to.
Imagine that. He
I'm getting
went home.
stitched
He goes.
up.
He didn't tell his mum because he didn't want to not let his.
2004, start of 2004. Yeah, I was 14 years old, and we were playing in Tampa, Florida. So I'm trying to remember right now. Tampa, Florida. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, it's my second international competition.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying at 14, I'm playing with and against all ages, adults, right? And you had to grow up very quick.
Yeah.
It's my first time to America, and the team had promised they'll look after this 14-year-old and take him under their wing. And I think we're going through the airport in Tampa, and we're running a bit. I think we're in Atlanta, actually. Atlanta airport going to LA. And I remember I had to go to the toilet, and I knew where the gate was, and I was flying along the airport because they were about to board, and I knew that. And I just went to the toilet because I knew it was a 4-hour flight, whatever. I just thought I'd go quickly. Going along, and this lady from the same airline, I think it was, I'm not going to throw an airline's name under the bus, actually. I'm not going to do that right now. But they said to me, "Oh, you're on this flight." I said, my team's down there. "Oh, no, you're on this flight." Check my ticket. "Righto, you're on the flight." Okay, get on the flight, and I'm with, and then I get on the flight, and I'm with another teammate called Ryan, and he's young at the time. And Ryan is a low pointer in our sport. It doesn't have that much function, I guess. So needs a little bit of help, I guess, getting in his seat and doing some stuff. So I'm sitting near him, and we start to take off, and I look around, and Ryan and I go, "Where's the rest of the team?" And meanwhile, they're on another flight, going, "Holy shit,
Thinking they've lost the.
we've just lost a 40. Bugger Ryan.
14 and Ryan was about 20 odd.
20 on. Bugger him. I think they're more worried about me. And can you just imagine the freak out, their management on that flight, and everyone just going, "Holy crap!" Like they're linking straight to go to Australia after they get to LA, and we're thinking, "Oh, we've made it to LA. Where are these guys? They're not going to make it back to Australia." Yeah. It turns out they split the flight in two different planes or something like that, and we had no idea, and it was just a miscommunication, and we're all freaking out, and we landed, but as I said, we didn't know this, and then we saw the manager at the time absolutely sprinting up through the gates, and then eventually found us, and just remember his sigh of relief, and we all got on the flight back to Australia laughing our heads off, and I didn't tell Mum I reckon for about 10 years.
Far out.
Yeah. That's funny.
That is funny. Reminds me of Home Alone.
Yeah, it always, same. Except for I didn't get a credit card and go living up in New York.
Classic. Well, I reckon we might get into a couple of questions we had for you, mate. So, we're going to ask guests some different questions. First one is around, we're just wanting to grow as people. And for myself, I don't know about you, Chris, I'm guessing you're the same, but I love looking at someone and just grabbing one or two things off them. Listening to a podcast or a book, grabbing 1-2 things off that, and then just trying to adapt the things I want into my life. And I think it's so healthy for our growth as people, and that's what we're wanting to do and impart on our audience. So the first question we sort of had around that was around what's 2 bits of gold, that you've learned, life lessons, habits, pieces of advice, words of wisdom that have helped shape you that you feel you could pass on to us and potentially our audience as well, mate. It's a pretty big, broad question.
It is a big one, yeah. Well, 1-2 Paralympic gold, so there you go. There's 2 bits of gold for you there, mate. That is a hard one because there's so much going through my head, different avenues right now. But I think what my pop instilled in me, I still live to this motto to this day: is anything's possible. I know it's anything is possible, but I've just changed it to anything's possible. And that sums up a lot to me, that we can achieve anything if we put our mind to it. Obviously being competitive, you can push through this, you can push through this pain. There's just so much in life will come into anything's possible. So
it's not a bad one to live by. Anything's possible.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I think we've spoken about that in the past.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a bit more real here as well, because someone who wears my heart on my chest here, and I'm open about anything, is like everyone sees happy Ryley, but they don't also see the hard times. And I've went through a bit of a hard time, probably end of last year, start of this year, just losing myself a bit, feeling like I know I have everything in life. I've got an amazing girlfriend, Hannah. I've got a good family. I've got a beautiful house, amazing people around me. Everything you possibly want as someone as an adrenaline junkie, but it was just finding myself always wanting more, and nothing was good enough.
Yep.
And I think finding that word gratefulness is something that I want to live by for the rest of my life. And it's been hard training. It's very hard training yourself for gratefulness, looking at right now and what you have got, and not what you've done in the past and what you could do in the future and what you want to achieve there. It's living right now and being grateful for what you have and the small things in every day. And I'm grateful for being here right now, because to be honest, I'm on the tail end of man flu right now. I'd probably be at home feeling sorry for myself on the couch watching, I don't know, something on Netflix, but I'm here spreading my story with 2 positive blokes that have given me just this really good feeling, and I'm really grateful for that. So that's probably my other bit of gold is learning different things in life, and it doesn't matter how well you're going in life and how old you are and how experienced you are, you're not done yet. You've got so much to learn, and for me it's gratefulness, and that's what I want to grab onto and really put into my heart and into my mind, and I want to impose it on other people, because I'll preach it, but I was starting to lose it myself.
Yeah, I love that, how you explained, because I went through a bit of depression myself for a few years, and I found the key thing from what you said was always wanting more. Nothing was ever enough, and I feel like that's a critical thing. You're never in the moment. I was never grateful for anything, and I had everything like you just explained. So I really love that. I love hearing that, because I need to practice gratitude a bit more, and it was awesome hearing that. I can relate massively to it.
Yeah, and I heard you in episode 1 talk about it, and I was just relating to you, the exact same, just going, wow. And Bo said he hadn't been through it, but it's real. And I hadn't slipped into something like that since probably I was a teenager. And I was like, whoa, what's happening right here? It catches you by surprise, right? But I'm sort of almost grateful that it happened, because it made me sharpen up in the head and want to learn more. And I think I spoke to you at the time, about some stuff, and I'm sort of proud of myself to go through that. I'm journaling every night now. Some nights I don't want to journal, but journaling every night, and it's just interesting learning more about yourself. And
we're big on not needing to think we've got to come up with things ourselves at the culture standard and spreading the words of others. I think the journal you're using is from the Resilience Project, and that book had a big influence.
You got me onto that.
Yeah, that book had a big influence on you regarding the
absolutely.
gratitude. Yeah.
It's funny. I was
reach out to the Resilience Project get that journal.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone just wants to practice it, the Resilient Project. I got a journal. I think I got a 6-month one. You can get less. Look, it was $40-$50, and it's the best money I've ever spent. I'm not someone who I probably could now after learning how to journal. I probably could just have a notepad and journal myself, and I probably will move into that. But it was just prompting questions, emotions, all that stuff.
Good Kickstarter.
It was really good, and just listening to that, I didn't read it. I listened to the book. I was slashing the paddocks actually. I'm like,
there's no way you read a book.
Yeah, but audio book. I listened to it while I was slashing a paddock, and it was just it was the best day slashing ever. Felt like I wasn't slashing because I was just so invested in it. It was unreal. But
when you're journaling, I feel like I'm just writing nonsense. I'm pretty much writing my day out every now and then of how I feel about something. But how do you do it?
Oh, the way I'm doing it at the moment, so different to Ryley gratefulness, but the journaling that I'm doing at the moment is around one lesson that I learned. So the Click movie, I wrote about that. What was a couple of other ones I wrote about? Can't even recall right now the ones I've done over the last few days. Energy towards
when you enter in the room and stuff.
The daily dad. What?
Like when you enter in, when you say
enter in a room and stuff like that, or the way you wake up to your kids and the energy you put onto them, or you go into wheelchair rugby training and the energy you put onto them. I was writing about that, and then other things I've done in the past as well is just things I want to be. So I just write maybe one word and just keep writing all these different things that I'll sort of want to manifest as a person and want to be as a person. I'm not really saying, I did this today and that today. I'm just,
But it's also what you want to write. It's about you. It's all individually, how you want to do it. You don't have to do it anyway. Anyone else does it.
What do you do?
Oh, well, mine's prompted still from this Resilient.
It's on GEM, gratitude, empathy and mindfulness. So then you'll have a few different things each day.
Yeah, it's different each day. Some things are a bit repetitive and you're like, I've already answered this. But as I said, from doing it now and just seeing how I answer some things and how I'm writing stuff, and I might even turn some of their questions into something I want to write about. Just to get it, maybe even get it off your chest, you know what I mean? So I'd probably be pretty confident now to do a bit more myself and what I want to do the next day, or what I was happy what I did today. Did I for you you could be writing about tomorrow I want to put $20 behind the bar for someone, or I just want to make someone feel really happy by giving them a real smiley, happy, positive g'day or something.
I just can't believe
celebrating those things as well.
Yeah.
So you did that, so write that down and then
be proud of it.
Be proud of it, like what you mentioned before.
And how often will you look back at your weight like?
Well, I don't know. As we've talked about this over the last couple of weeks, I've looked back on stuff I've written in the past. I love that. And I wrote one thing about a person in there, and I was like, that's all, just a lesson I learned off that person. And I took a photo of it and sent it to him. I loved it, so it was good.
I just think we're just living in a world where it's very easy to get so wrapped up in technology and just endorphins, stuff which just gives us that instant dopamine, and it's so easy. And I'm trying not to get wrapped up in it. I'm trying to use social media a lot less. I know the Resilient Project, he's talking about putting his phone on. He's turned his notifications off, and I did it, and it was unreal. I have my notifications off for all social media.
It's crazy, isn't
it? It's really good. I love it. But it's just it's so easy to get wrapped up in that world, and I'm just trying to, and I probably got wrapped up in that world. I was getting those hits from people commenting on my social media, and it is a nice feeling, right?
Yeah.
But there's more to life than that, right? And a lot of social media is a fake world as well, and you don't really understand people on there. They're just posting what they want to post. But you don't know what's under there. So
for sure, we're big on that.
That's the what is the thief of joy? What is it? Comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
So I'm on this journey and I'm loving it.
The quote man. So the two things there from Ryley: anything is possible, and just practicing gratitude and being grateful for what you got. And Ryley, hats off to him. He walked in this room tonight. Wheeled in, you actually got here before me. So he's sitting on the couch, just laid back, and he just said how grateful he was to be here with us. And just by saying that, it made me feel real good about myself, and I've got no doubt you felt the same, Chrissy, and I'm guessing then that makes you feel real good about yourself by just saying something so simple and so easy. Like, it's so easy to do that.
Well, Bo, like it's funny, I do talks, like I go do keynote talks, and I preach, look at your abilities and not your disabilities, right?
Yeah.
So in saying that, it's looking at your positives and not the negatives in life. So be grateful for it. I'm preaching that, you know, and then I slipped into this, you know, not being grateful. So yeah, that's one thing what really connects to me, and I look at it every day, is look at your abilities. Look what you have got. And it's just, say that to yourself a couple of times. Do it for 2 weeks. Just say, you know, look at the positives, look at the beautiful things around you and how lucky you've got it, and you will start being happier and living a more fulfilled life.
Definitely, love it.
And thanks for sharing too. Getting vulnerable is what we're all about, and we need to get more vulnerable in society now, especially with, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. Even heard just people that think you think they're going well from the outside, but they're actually not. So I think we need to get more vulnerable. And even saying right now, if you ever slipped into another dark spot, never feel like, reach out. I've been through it. I know I don't know you that well, but you can reach out whenever, and it's always good to talk to people. And
I think what I've learned about that too is it's like you always see these you know, sayings like it's not weak to speak and all those kind of things, and I 100% agree. Like I'm happy to speak about anything, any of dark times or whatnot, because I think everyone's has a dark time. You know, Bo, you're the most positive bloke I've met. Chris, I'm sorry I don't know you 100% yet, but Bo, you're the most positive bloke. But I'm sure you've had dark times as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You can't always be up and about. Like there's always going to be bad stuff going on in your head, and it's just how you can rebound from those things. And I'd be more than happy to share anything I'm going through. I like to try to get through it myself first, but then, you know, a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, if I can't, I'll go to someone else. And talking to people and finding that community is one of the best tools in life. And community for me has what's pulled me out of, I guess, the slump I was in when I was a teenager. And if I didn't find this community of wheelchair rugby and the sport and these amazing people around me, where would I be today? I would probably be this lazy bloke sitting at home feeling sorry for himself. But here I am with two amazing positive blokes, going to go represent Australia again next week, living an amazing life, and I'm so grateful I went that fork in the road. Yeah,
awesome, man. I love it. And the vulnerability that we talk about is this next question can be quite hard, but the reason why we do it is what we've been talking about right now is just to show people that everyone goes through shit. Everyone does. And just to normalise that. So I don't know how you go, but in one hardship that's helped shape you. So one hardship in your life that in the time or whatnot, you're like, this is bloody hard, you know. But it's helped shape you or whatnot. Or you got anything extra?
Well, like I think I've touched on it already. I've probably gone through a fair bit of it already, but I feel like it was in my teenage years. I feel like when I was, 35 kilos heavier, just looking at myself in the mirror, just not proud of myself. And I knew I wasn't putting in the effort. Like, I'm meant to be representing Australia in this sport, and I'm severely unfit here and getting through a natural talent. And I remember Beijing, we won a silver medal. I played a lot of that competition, I guess, and helped the team get to that position. And I remember in the final, we had an opportunity to get a gold medal. And my goal going into that comp was just to win a Paralympic medal, because I'd been to a Paralympics in 2004 and I achieved that, and I would tick that goal off. The next goal was to win a Paralympic medal. And we got to the final. So it's like we almost ticked that goal off, because if you get to a final in a team sport, you've already won a gold or a silver, right? Yep. You're guaranteed a medal. So it's sort of like, tick almost. And I remember going to that game, and we're up against America, I think, halfway through the third quarter. Like, we're in a position, we're playing unreal to win this, gold medal. Like, you don't get that, to be the best of the best at something. And my fitness let the team down. I absolutely fell into a heap, and that was because I didn't put in the effort. And we lost that game by, I think, 10 points. What in our sports, probably like in AFL, a team losing by, 6 or 7 goals or something. So for me, it was a pretty down point in my life. I was embarrassed at who I was. I felt like I let the team down, and something had to change. And what I did, I actually used that silver medal as motivation and as a goal setting. I put that silver medal on my bedside table, And I would look at that silver medal every time my alarm went off in the morning. You know, as much as I just wanted to press snooze and go back to bed because I didn't really have anything else on that day, I'd look at that silver medal and go, no, Ryley, get your ass out of bed, go be an athlete, and let's turn that silver medal into a gold. And I think that was a massive turning point for my life.
Was that on yourself? Did you make that decision yourself?
Or? It was on myself.
So after that game, you thought that you were to blame in some capacity, and you just, after that, you went, nah, I've got to do better? Or
Absolutely. It was a massive reality check for me, right? Like, seeing yourself on national TV, you know, rolls hanging over your belt with you, buckle yourself in, and just not looking like an athlete. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be elite, and I wanted to win a gold. I felt like it was in our hands, and I let it slip away there. And I know it's a team sport, and I shouldn't put it just on myself, but I feel like putting it on myself made me snap out of it and made me want to become the best I possibly can. And I'm sort of glad. I'm always glad we won that silver medal, as much as I am proud of that silver medal. Using that to motivate myself to be the best athlete I can be.
If you won gold there, it probably wouldn't have changed your life.
It wouldn't have changed.
I was about to say it's like a orange or red light. It's gone turn green because look who you've turned into. Look what you've achieved. Then you've gone on to win multiple, and everyone's benefited.
What do you reckon? A lot of people maybe out there that are going through a tough time that aren't the person that they want to be right now and aren't doing the things that they want to be. Is there any bit of advice that you could give them that, like from that experience there that you're just like, that help get you through it? Or is it more just like that disappointment of not being the person you want to be just drove you yourself?
I think a mixture of a lot of things we're talking about today there. I think obviously we're talking about looking at your abilities and not your disabilities, looking at the positives in life and focusing on the positives. Everyone's got special attributes there. Everyone's got a special thing they can add to this world.
Yeah, so look at your strengths rather than your weaknesses.
Look at the strengths. Stop dwelling on, the bad things that are going on in your life. If you keep dwelling on those bad things, you're going to really fall into a rut, and it's easier said than done. Just small things in a day. Just small things of, I was talking about gratitude before, but looking at the positives in life. If you can start practicing that and just seeing the good things in life, they will start outweighing the negatives, and I feel like that'll start giving you more self-belief. And when you have more self-belief, you will then push yourself more outside your comfort zone. And when you push yourself outside your comfort zone more, you might find that thing that you will absolutely succeed in, you know what I mean? And you'll be so proud of yourself, and you'll look back and you'll go, wow, like I can't believe I went from that to this. And it's small steps. This isn't going to happen overnight, and it didn't happen for me. This, when I said about the silver medal turning to gold and putting it there, that wasn't it was an instant choice, but it wasn't just the first day, I'm going to be the best athlete I can. It took a while, right? You need to train yourself. Things don't happen straight away. Yeah. It takes time. Like an elite athlete, you don't just train one session and you become the best athlete in the world. You've got to be committed to that. And I guarantee if you commit to something and you do the best you possibly can and be as positive as you can, you will look back and you'll be very happy at what you have done.
Yeah, awesome, mate. I love that so much. Like small steps, just take that small step, because it can become overwhelming. Sometimes you go, I need to do this, and this. I'm not happy about this. Taking small steps to that, and I can relate to that a lot. I think I mentioned in our first episode of 5 weeks after I hurt myself, I'm in rehab and bawling my eyes out, can't do anything for myself, and it was just about. It wasn't instant where I changed my mindset and said, I'm just going to do this and be happy. It was ups and downs. It was small steps that built and built and built and built, and then you grow and grow and grow and grow. So, I love it, mate. Love it.
I love hearing that. I was just thinking as well, I did some numbers the other day. I love doing numbers.
He's numbers. We're all numbers, man.
I love it. You're more likely to win Powerball twice than be born. So...
Really?
Yeah. So why can't we just appreciate the fact that we're born, we're alive?
Just appreciate it, life,
And when I heard those numbers, I was like, I was blown away. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like,
The numbers man, the quotes man, you got everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about appreciating or gratitude and all that. Then I was like, and then it made me think of that. I ran the numbers. I don't know if they're correct, but
Someone check these at home, please.
but anyway, yeah.
How many push-ups does he owe us if he's wrong here?
How many you reckon what do you reckon I could grow that to? I reckon I could get to 30.
30
One
push-ups.
go.
Like,
One go.
over time. What?
Hey, we're just talking
steps,
about
mate.
small steps and working there.
I'll do 11 tomorrow. All right, I'll do 11 tomorrow, and then I'll maybe to 13 even.
Mate, we got a comp in the next week,
yeah,
all
I might
right?
wait
Just
till
maybe
after
starts after that, all right?
Yeah,
Think about all of us, not just yourself, all right?
Yeah, mate. And last sort of main deep question that we got. We're about growing. We're never the best version of ourselves. We're aiming to be, but we're always going to be aiming. And so, just one thing you sort of wouldn't mind getting better at going forward that you are or could be working at, or something that in your life that you want to grow at going forward. Do you have anything there?
I think listening.
Yep.
Listening to people.
What did he say?
I almost went then. That was such a dad joke.
I thought it was funny.
I think listening is so powerful, and it's something I probably need to do more. Sometimes I hear someone's problems, and I just want to talk back, and just say I feel for you or something. And I did it tonight. I got a call from a mate who just wanted to open up before this podcast, and I started talking back, and I remember my partner Hannah was there, and she just went like that to me, just put her hands and just said, let them talk. And as soon as I did that, it was just so much better. Some people just need to get off.
Reaction to help, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's just I hate people. Not I hate people. I hate when people.
I use that word.
Are hurting, and I just want to help them. But to help them, you need to listen. You don't just need to react, right? And I'm still working on it. And
how hard was that exercise at wheelchair rugby?
Yeah, we had to do it the other.
ago.
We had to do something the other day. What were they called? I can't remember what they were called. Anyway, we'll get back to you on that one. Yeah. But they were really good. A workshop came in and did some work with our whole team. And
better man, better woman.
That's it. Better man, better woman. Fantastic. And one of their drills the exercises was to for someone to talk to you for 90 seconds. Was it?
It was only 90 seconds in a.
About what?
Just about your day or something in your life or whatnot, and you just had to listen, and it was
felt awkward.
It was so hard. Like for me and Ryley, who love chatting, we're sitting there far out, sweating. I don't even sweat, and I was sweating.
The hardest thing is the person.
He sweats just by looking at me.
Yeah, I'm sweating right now. You make me nervous. But the guy I was speaking to, he tried to make it even harder. He was actually our head coach. He wanted to test me, so I'm talking to him about stuff, but he was looking away from me like this and not paying attention. And afterwards, I'm like, you bastard. That was so hard because I just wanted to get your attention and you weren't giving me anything back. And it's quite hard. But I think that's something that I want to work on. Obviously, gratitude there we're talking about, but listening. I think that's a massive value in life is listening before jumping to any conclusions as well.
You mentioned Hannah. Mate called you earlier and Hannah just... Yeah. I think all three of us I'm very grateful and knowing both your misses, we're very lucky to have great women in our life. Hannah's 40th on Saturday night just gone. It was a great night, great chick.
She's a good egg.
You done real well there.
Yeah, surrounded by...
Moved you up to the sunny coast as well, so if one for her, I wouldn't get to see you that much and come out to your farm and Chris wouldn't get to meet you and but she's a ripper.
I think it shows her character when she's surrounded by so many positive people at a birthday and everyone had a good time. So I've definitely hit the lotto there. We're talking about lotto before.
Third time.
I've hit it. Yeah, I wish I hit it the first 2 times. Speaking of lotto, I think someone bought her a lotto ticket. It was on tonight. She was scratching it. So when I get my phone after this, who knows? We could have won the lotto as well. But no, she's an awesome girl, and very very happy to have met her. And it's just funny how paths cross in life. And when you think you're happiest, and you find someone who just picks you up that extra bit and brings even more out of you, and she's done that for me, and very thankful.
How good. I just while you're here too, I want to get in a chair and have a run around, roll around with you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you'll fit in mine, mate. Your hips are pretty small there.
He's not fitting in yours. You're hitting him out
No,
of his chair. So,
Oh, we're going to get in rugby chairs?
rugby chair.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, awesome. They have a Thursday night social up here on sunny coast. Might be a bit hard.
You and Bowie versus me, I reckon.
The amount of people up here, yeah.
Bowie will throw you a bit of a hospital
I'm
pass.
wearing a motorbike helmet.
Yeah, so, no, that'd be awesome. We'll have to get some footage of that. Yeah, we'll tee that up. That'll be no worries. Yeah, we're actually on Wheelchair Rugby Australia, led by, Chris Bond's captain, but Ryley is also, he leads on the court. Chris has done a great job off the court, but leading the charge in Adelaide, international event in Adelaide. Doesn't happen often where we get an international event here in Australia. Kicking off Thursday 23rd. It's going to come out on Monday. Thursday coming up, Thursday 23rd to Sunday.
On KO, Foxtel.
Yep.
I think we're playing Germany, America, Great Britain, and Brazil. I think
Brazil. That's right.
Some cracking teams. I'm running out of fingers then.
That's going to be good.
4 teams, 3 fingers. I just had to keep going around.
The phantom finger that popped up.
I love it. I'm looking forward to getting back on the court with you, Bowie, and Chris. I'm hoping to get you on the court soon. And
I can't wait to watch this time actually, because I actually know a few of you. Just came down to training the other week as well. And,
I'll be the cranky one, giving it shit. Probably pinching people under the arm.
I want to see at least 1 or 2 of them.
I tell you what's going to be hard. I'll give you a little bit of insider info, but I don't know if I'll be playing full court time like I usually do when I play for Australia. I'm still coming back from some major surgeries and recovering and stuff, and they won't let me play full court time yet. So I am going to be struggling sitting on that sideline, just wanting to get out there. And like Bo's the same, we're both competitors. We just want to get out there and do our best. And sitting on that sideline, it's not going to be bloody easy at times. But I think what I'm going to try to turn it into is when you get out there, just go full systems and just make your minutes
the most
count.
of those hits.
Yeah, make the minutes count there. So
get on, watch it, get around us. Riley's been a bit stiff. You never won Paralympian of the Year or anything like that, have you?
Don't rub it in, mate. No.
Nah, but it's just like all these individual sports. Riley's the best bloody Paralympic athlete Australia's ever bloody had. He's just carried. If you look at the stats,
you were a flag bearer, weren't you?
Yeah.
I thought I had something written down here. It said 2012 Paralympian of the Year.
There we go. Might have. There you go.
He won too many awards. He doesn't know.
All I worry about.
I'm not joking. It was. I read up on it.
Probably did. I don't know, but it's
Yeah, same as me. I don't know how many fucking awards
exactly.
I won either.
I won the highlight. Obviously, like being part of a team, massive highlight, right? But and winning golds, that's my highlights. But I think individually, being named as co-captain of the whole Australian Paralympic team, being a flag bearer of the Australian team, was just something that I am super, super grateful for. I didn't strive for that in life. I didn't push myself for that. I didn't ask for that. It was nominated by my fellow peers. And when I say peers, that's not just the wheelchair rugby team. That's the whole Australian Paralympic community, over 350 odd people, including staff in it. And it's really humbling just to know that you're one that they want to lead from the front there. Awesome. And it's something I'm super proud of and remember for the rest of my life. Yeah,
it's a great testament to the character of the person of Ryley Batt. Just wondering, mate, you're on the TV next week, you're on the podcast now, TV next week with the Steelers on KO on Foxtel. Is he got teeth whitening done over the last couple of days?
They're looking fresh.
He's onto me.
Look at him, they're looking superb.
Must have been that piece of chewing gum I had on the way in here.
Looking real good there.
See, when you smile a lot, mate, the UV rays on the farm, they whiten your teeth, right? Thanks, mate. So you pump that's something I'm going to write in the journal tonight. All right? Very super proud of my white teeth.
How did you get them so white?
Oh, mate, it's secret. So.
Do you have a book you'd recommend for us? We're obviously breaking our books and podcasts and people.
Yeah,
Like, you have
as a joke, I think the last book I read was Grug, I think, in primary school. Remember Grug, the little picture book?
Yeah.
Oh, Harry Potter.
What about an audio book?
I really resonated with the Resilient Project.
Yeah.
It was really. I think I needed that at that time. So I think that's one I'm gonna have to throw down right there.
Awesome.
Looking at Ben Crow right now, I think you got me onto him. So I started.
Jeez, I've done a bit, haven't I? I got him onto the Resilience Project, Ben Crow. Jeez, get around me.
Yeah, exactly. Look at him. Good guy, see. But really came into my life at a good time when I was sort of just missing something and I didn't know what I was missing. And, Chris, you can resonate with me there. We spoke about that. But, I think it was gratefulness there and just living in the moment and just loving life for what it is. And
good.
still got lots of work to do. And I'm sure you're still trying to work on stuff as well. And
all the time.
It's,
I feel like when you stop, you go back.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
That's right. If I stop growing, I do find myself go backwards. So I've got to keep trying to get better.
Yeah. What about a person to get on the podcast? Anyone you recommend there? Is it we should be trying to get on that you rate as
someone who's not in wheelchair rugby like me or you? I'm not going to say anyone, but I just think someone, like no one in particular. There's obviously so many big names out there I'd love to see on this podcast. I think you guys are doing fantastic things, and this is what the world needs more of, is people like you spreading positive messages. I just think someone out there with a really strong story. It doesn't have to be anyone famous, just an everyday person, whether it be a male, female, who's overcome things and has a really good mindset and can resonate with the audience and connect to the audience. That's who I'm going to say. So sorry, I'm not giving you a specific answer right there, mate, but that's what I'd love to, because I'm going to continue listening to this podcast, and I've heard I think episode and a half so far, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of the guests you guys get on, and I know they'll be fantastic guests. I probably won't listen to this podcast because I'll have to listen to my own voice.
It's hard to listen to yourself. It's hard to listen to yourself back,
I hate myself when I listen to it. I'm like,
well, start loving it, you guys.
How do you two sit here and listen to me? You got it before we go. You got a joke for us or something? I want to hear a joke.
I can't tell jokes. Jesus, a joke.
Got a joke.
Why'd the person cross the road?
Who?
Why'd the person cross the road?
To get to the other side.
Why?
No, to get to idiot's house. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oh, gee. That's why I don't tell jokes, all right?
That's a good one.
That's crap.
That's a good one.
That's crap.
You fell for it, idiot.
But I was just doing an act of kindness, mate. I needed to pump you up.
Oh, yeah. No,
I still don't know if you get it. I'll explain it to you.
That was a way better joke.
Everyone asks me.
He loves it too.
I love it. Everyone asks me like if I could tell a joke, and like I've heard that many, but I cannot remember them all. Especially if they're
especially
PG
times have changed.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful what you say. But I just want to say to you guys, thanks so much for having me on this podcast. Like, be able to share my story, and obviously some dark times there, and just appreciate what you guys are doing in this community, in this space, and you're going to change some people's lives. So appreciate it, and keep going.
No, thanks, mate. Really appreciate you coming in. It's been awesome to meet you, and good luck next week.
Cheers, mate.
Just want to finish as well. Give you a big shout out. Ryley Batt on court. People can look at the brute of the man you are, but you deep down you're just a person with emotions and feelings, and you're such a big heart, kind-hearted person, mate. I bloody love you.
Thanks, mate.
So glad that we've come into each other's lives, and keep having a good influence on this world. You've been such a big role model for so many different people. So good stuff, mate. Great to have you on.
Appreciate it, mate. Good luck in the future, lads.
Yes. Cheers. Up the culture standard and the Steelers.